Okay, so for the first example that we're going to do on bedmas, which is BEDMAS, we want to simplify the above expression. So what's the first thing in bedmas? It is the B. So we look at the brackets, okay? And we see that there's a set of brackets here and a set of brackets there. So therefore we have to do everything inside those brackets before we can move on to the next step. But then we look inside the bracket and there is another bracket, meaning you have to do everything inside that bracket before you can get to anything else. So let's start with our first bracket, right there. So our first bracket says we should do what? We should look at the next step in bedmas, which is the E. And what does the E go for? E goes for the exponents. So in bedmas, we go brackets into exponents, and now we look 4 squared, 4 to the power of 2, 16, minus 21. And now we bring everything else down. Oh, we found another inside bracket. So now let's deal with this. But what's the next step? Exponents. So do we do anything to the 3? No. But we look at the exponent, which is 2 to the power of 2, which is 4, plus 1. Okay, now we look at it, and we still have our inside bracket on both of our brackets, actually. So now let's simplify that next. We look at the next step, and we look at division, or multiplication. So now that we look inside the inner brackets, we notice that there are no multiplication or division. There is only addition and subtraction. Actually, there's only subtraction. So now let's deal with our 2 inside brackets. What is 16 minus 21? Negative 5. Bring everything else down that you did not touch. And now what's 3 minus 4? Negative 1. So now we look at that, and we look at our first step in bedmas, which is brackets. Look at your inside bracket. There is nothing left to do with that. Or there's nothing left to do with, and there's nothing left to do with that. So that means we can take away the brackets. So now let's rewrite this as negative 5 plus 8 all squared times 2 negative 1. We can't take away that bracket because it is multiplied by that negative 2. So for the next step, you want to continue simplifying everything inside of the brackets. We look at this right here, and that's addition and subtraction. But it's in its own little bracket, so we can deal with that right now. Now we look at this, which is our multiplication. You have to do that before you can do your addition. So what is 2 times negative 1? It is negative 2 plus 1. Now, what is our next step? Probably said keep simplifying the bracket. Now we have addition again. So we bring down everything we don't touch times negative 1. Okay, and now what is the next step? We use our exponent because there's nothing left to do inside of the brackets. So negative 3 squared becomes 9 times negative 1. And our next step, which is what? Multiplying, which equals negative 9. So the key steps are just to remember, do everything inside the brackets, no matter what it is, but once you go inside the brackets, you have to follow exponents, division and multiplying, and then addition and subtraction, and you slowly work your way out of the brackets.